Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike. I'm coming at you with the weekly news and review for January 22nd, 2023. 2023, we've got Transformer news for Masterpiece, Legends, and Mainline. We got a couple of few things going on for Gijoe, Classified, and some other stuff. Is pretty interesting what's going on with Gijoe these days. The Nacelle Company is going to revive the Biker Mice from Mars franchise and make a toy line. Talk about that. We've got some Master of the Universe news, but okay, just in, we've got the new end date. It's been moved up. The end date of Master of the Universe was moved up to, get your calendars, February 29th. And if it still goes past February 29th, it will end on February 30th. Haha. And we got Star Wars news literally scraping the bottom of the barrel to find something that resembles news. Coming up. Starting out of Show Z, we're going to talk about Giga Power. There are some Giga Power figures. All 5 are available, but they're different types and styles. This is their Grimlock. They call it Super Raider. It's the HQ01R, and this is the Chrome version at $195 at Show Z right now. They have their Graviter Sludge Chrome version, and that one is $220 right now. I actually really prefer the Chrome versions myself, but, you know, it's always up to you and what you like. We've got the Gaudenter Swoop Blue Chrome version at $195, and this was good enough for me to want to sell off my fans' toys. So they've got Grasser, the HQ02 Metallic version, coming up for pre-order at $200. And we've got a deposit for pre-order HQ03 Gutter, their Snarl, and this is also the metallic version, so you really can't get all chrome or all metallic at the same time. But I got to tell you, they both look good because I've had a metallic one, it looks good. I just prefer the chrome a little bit better. And remember to put TH in reviewer slot when you go visit Show Z. Let them know that I sent you there. Alright, so starting out, we are going to touch on the Make Toys topic. I made a whole video Friday, so you can go watch that. So not a whole lot's changed since then, but Make Toys is making a comeback, and they are putting out their solicitations for the Grand Mean, and this is their highbrow. I'm excited for it. It's kind of a mixed bag in the community on whether they're excited for it or they want to hopefully wait for a Fans Toys. So you can go check out my video and find out all my thoughts on it. But what I will tell you is I pre-ordered this. It's up for a pre-order at Show Z right now. So I got my pre-order in, and I look forward to this, but I actually look forward to Brainstorm even more. Let's finish that team, and let's move forward. And it feels like really old news now since it's been 2 days since the video, but Make Toys is going to finish their Conehead team with Booster and Jetstream. So the importance of this is there's not a lot of Conehead options out there. There are some. There's Takara's and then Toy World and a few others, but a couple others. But the thing is that there's not as many options for Coneheads as Sander Seekers and all that kind of stuff. So it is a big deal. Some people are super ultra excited, and some people are waiting for Deformation Space, which hasn't announced that they're going to make them, and we have no clue on that. So with that, I had a lot of questions about size and comparisons. So in my next video, when I get to my size comparisons, I'm going to be reviewing one of the Predacons from Kang Toys coming up Monday or Tuesday, and I will do size comparisons with all of the Seeker and Combiners sort of next to that, just for fun. But this is up for pre-order at a lot of places, and if you already pre-ordered at Show Z, well, you still have your pre-order in. And Transart is out with a BWM2. This is their Tarantulas, and yes, I did already pre-order this one from Show Z, and I'm actually looking forward to getting the first one I'm going to get from them is actually going to be their Rat Trap, and it's all the Transmetal 2 kind of stuff going on, which I think it looks great from pictures, so I look forward to all that kind of stuff. But this is a pretty exciting release too, because obviously you had back in the day, I believe they used the same mold or they used parts from Black Arachne to make Tarantulas, but I might be mistaken on that. But I do want them to look completely different in my mind, and it would make sense to me. That's why I like this. This will not match the Takara in the slightest, so it'll look so much different than what they did with Takara, with Black Arachne, and I look forward to it. Now we saw sort of a preview picture, a teaser of Medigate, and they're making this figure here. And the thing about this is that they're making also the pterosaur, and that looks pretty. I got that on the way, so I'll actually have an idea of the quality and how Medigate operates and how their figures are. But this is a figure that a lot of people really wanted to see all three modes. And the other thing is that Toy World's making one of these, and the thing about Toy World making it is that it's not out yet, and there's not really any updates. There's just people asking, where is it, and when are we going to see it? Now, I do understand this stuff takes a lot of time, so it's almost like, why reveal it if you know it's 3 years out? But Medigate, they seem to be moving pretty quick, too, so they're not taking 3 or 5 years from their reveal. But these are obviously just designs. These are not prototypes or anything, so they're not that far along just yet. But it looks good in all three modes, and that's, nobody can seem to make this character in all three modes, and so that's what the big deal is. And so triple changers are hard. I'm not gonna lie, they're hard to design, and they're hard to transform. They're even hard for the end user to handle. But all of these look pretty good. I guess this jet might be the worst of the modes, but we'll see when it comes out. All right, so Like Toys gave us an actual picture of all of these ancients, Autobot ancients. Here's the thing. We saw the render before, and it was like, wow, that is so cool. You know, 6 months down the road, we're going to see them, and boom, next week, there they are in real 3D printed form. That is so cool, and it's really awesome that they're making these. So there's no pricing or availability information just yet, and this is still working on it, and I think it's good that they are going to have it solid before they even start taking pre-orders and all that kind of stuff. So pretty exciting and interesting. I don't know how you're going to order them, where you're going to order them just yet, but it was still going to be 3D printed for now. Eventually, they're going to do full-on productions of some of their products after they get Metroplex out, which still has ways to go. But I do want to note that they are working on setting up a site and making everything official through a site and a page and all that kind of stuff, and all of that is still in the works. Okay, so I'm going to slide this into the Masterpiece scale news, because this does fill Masterpiece scale, but this is the Canon camera collaboration. It is the Canon X Transformers Refractor R5 reflector, and it is a working camera, and it turns into a Transformer. Like crazy, isn't it? But it's a cool idea. I don't know how cool they look overall, but it is an interesting idea that they made this. I think it was like $160. So still pretty interesting. This is what it looks like when it's in the plastic packaging outside of the box. And here is the real camera it turns into. So interesting collaboration, and it's just something that's very niche. Not everybody's going to be into it, but it's still fun to look at and know they made it, right? So we got pictures of Prime 1 Studios, and this is the Power Master Optimus Prime. So there's a standard version that has approximate size of, let's see, 95 centimeters by 96 centimeters by 78 centimeters. I didn't do the math on that real fast, but still pretty tall, like 30 inches, I'm guessing, 37 inches. Cybertronian environment-inspired pedestal base, 2 removable shoulder-mounted shields, LED illuminated eyes, torso, and weapon. There's a bonus version that's going to have some extra stuff with it, but if you're in on this, you might want to check it out. I'm not really in on the statue game, so I don't really keep up with it, but I know they're big. So 37 inches tall. Yeah, and then the other one is, the bonus version is 39 inches tall. Quite impressive. So getting into some Legends news, we have more pictures of Magic Square's gears and their 2-pack that they've going on here. So I have this on pre-order. I look forward to it. Also, Sideswipe, and this is, I think they call it the metallic repaint. So they have some more pictures of all this good stuff. Here they are side by side, the 2-pack going on, and I do look forward to getting these and transforming them and all that kind of stuff. And so I do like these. They look fantastic. So before I get them in hand, of course, I did watch part of a video. Transformations, quite a bit going on with the transformations, but then again, that's what you pay the price for them looking so good, and that's it. If you want them to look good, there's going to be a lot of steps to the transformation versus other ones we've seen in the past in this scale. So Here's the all modes, and not bad. Not bad. A little bit of a departure from G1 in a way, and real close in others. So, looking forward to getting these and get my hands on them and taking a look at them and all that kind of stuff. And then with the side swipe, how exactly metallic is it? It's metallic. There it is. It's got a bit of a gleam and a sheen and shine to it, and I don't know. I might actually like this better than their first one. So, but I'm not ordering it, so I'll never know, I guess. This is supposedly an update to Pengu toys, and then some people are saying that it's not. It's another, like a custom someone made, but either way, I would expect the Omega Supreme from either Pengu Toys or the one that was getting made by New Age to be taller than Combiners, and it looks like it's going to be, and not by a mile. And I don't want it to be taller by a mile either, so I'm kind of happy about all that. And Pengu Toys one looks pretty good. So does New Age. They both look great, so it's going to be hard to pick a clear winner out of those two. Did somebody say Magic Square? Oh, nobody said Magic Square. Okay. So Magic Square, as they sort of teased last week about making a Bruticus, and they showed a bit of a brawl, and we had a brawl talking about it. So with this, they have actually come out and shown all their designs and all this kind of stuff, and it looks pretty good. It looks very good, and I'm now bothered because I like this way, way, way more than my Zeta in the Masterpiece, but I'm not going to get this for a Masterpiece. It's Legends, so it does kind of suck. I'd much rather be excited about this coming for Masterpiece from Magic Square than Legends, but it's coming in Legends, so I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up or not, but it looks fantastic. So there are some Digibashes of those, and I guess at Diaclone did them. Is that who did them? But I thought it was kind of fun to see them in possible color and what they would look like. So here's another one, and the Swindle looks pretty good, and the paint and all that would match and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure it's not going to have, this looks like a weathered look to it, but anyway, it looks fantastic. Super G1, super spot on. I mean, just really looks amazing, and I'm not surprised because I love the Magic Square designs, and to Magic Square to come out with another set of Combiners, of course I'm going to like them. Of course they're going to be expensive, so it's not a cheap run to try to get these, but here we go. And so with all of this, I don't know if they're going to come out around the same time or it's going to be spread out over a year. I just remember it seemed like it took a long time to complete the first Combiner or so. And so with the Minosaur it took a while. So with this one, is it going to take a while? Is it going to take like a year? Are they going to have it knocked out in 6 months? You know what? From the time you get the first one to the last one. And will they start doing gift sets with it and all that kind of stuff? So, but here we go. Great looking set in all modes. And I believe most of these are up for pre-order right now. So we're getting more pictures of the New Age Evangelion, which is their Firefox, but it's the most highest priced one, and it is allegedly painted head to toe, and it should have a pearlescent sheen to it. So if that's what you're wanting and what you're going after, then this is the one for you. And pretty happy with the one that I got. I think it's a great mold, great figure, and again, it's kind of a draw. You're gonna have to watch my video to find out which one I like the best, but it's more or less a draw between this and Magic Square. There's pluses and minuses to each one, nitpicks for each one, but you really can't go wrong with either one, this one or the Magic Square one, the Meteorite and this Firefox. This one here will be painted the best out of all of them, all the options, and definitely way better painted than Magic Square. Okay, so Hasbro China exclusive Legacy Minosaur Stunticons multi-pack. And this is interesting because this kind of shows the US version versus the China exclusive. So it's Hasbro China Tmall listing, and it's all in one box set, and it seems to look pretty good. So before you get too super excited about it, it's probably already sold out, and you can only order it from that one site. So I wouldn't be trying to go after anything, but it's kind of interesting that they're releasing it like this, and it's one of those sets that people are saying that they're having trouble getting the Motormaster for this. So yeah, well, I mean, it's $80 and people are struggling to get it. So that's impressive, that if you give people what they want, they'll pay for it, right? And here it is combined. This is the China version one. And I'm not sure if it's different than the other ones. I haven't picked up the Motormaster myself because I was looking for a sale or a deal, but it sounds like I'm not going to get a sale or a deal. So not that big of a deal to me, but I think it looks fantastic. It's pretty awesome. I think I got all the Carbots. I got all the other ones aside from Motormaster to build it yet. You know, it's funny that you hear that something like this Jada Toys G1 Nemesis Prime truck is found at retail. I knew they were making the standard one. I didn't remember that they were making a repaint to the Nemesis one, but it makes sense to make Nemesis Prime. So there it is, and it looks pretty cool. So we got pictures of the in package Rise of the Beast Battle Trap and the Studio Series figure. Notice by the packaging that there's barely even his head showing now, so that's crazy. I guess that's the future of all of this with the packaging and all that. And I don't know much about this character, but here's the back of the box, and it has a nice little display in there in both modes, and looks kind of cool. And yeah, Battle Trap looks good. And since it was in the box and just packed in there so well you couldn't see it, this is a better picture of it outside the box with its background and all that good stuff. And I don't think it's a bad looking figure, and I'm going to leave it at that. So we finally gotten official pictures of the Rise of the Beast Air Razor. And here's the thing. Is it even worth our time to look at them since we've already seen so many pictures of this unofficially? So therein lies a conundrum of getting all these early pictures and advance notice of stuff getting made. When you get the actual promo pics and you get the solicitation and it's up for sale and pre-orders, it's not very exciting, is it? So getting into some pictures of stuff that's been found, we've got the Wave 1 found at retail of the Voyager Legacy Evolution. So you've got Tarn, and we've got the Optimus there. So this is a pretty cool Leo Prime, and I think this could replace the Masterpiece one if you didn't get a Masterpiece, or you could put it on your display shelf. I would put this in place of the Masterpiece, although the Masterpiece would probably be about 1.5 inches taller or 2 inches taller, but I think it looks good enough to fit that gap. And then the UK is getting this 4-pack, this Buzzworthy Bumblebee Creatures Collide, and it seems like a long time since I've seen it at retail, but it was like $75 here, wasn't it? It wasn't $14.99, so that's crazy. Is that the real price? That's impressive. I'd have gotten me 2 or 3 of them for $14.99. And Core Class Wave 4 is out at retail in Canada. I haven't seen it around here yet, but I don't know. From what I've seen of this, I don't know if I'm in on the Dinobot Combiner so much. Okay, so it looks like Play Monster is making koosh balls for Hasbro's development. Anyhow, we're going to get Optimus Prime, and we're going to be getting a Bumblebee koosh ball. If you know what that is, then there it is. If you're into it, then they're making something different, or basically everything for Transformers. So I usually don't talk about this kind of stuff, but there's a G.I. Joe deck building game, New Alliances, Transformers crossover expansion. So this is a game that's crossing over the two, which G.I. Joe and Transformers cross over a lot. They're about to cross over even more in a minute, but pretty interesting. If you're into this, then check it out. It's the deck building game. Okay, so there's a rumor floating around that there's going to be, the next crossover is going to be a Triple T, and it's going to have Sergeant Slaughter with it. So we heard about there's going to be a G.I. Joe crossover with the Thunder Machine, but this was actually something that was said by Sergeant Slaughter himself at a convention. So that's interesting, and it'd be kind of cool to see. What I've seen from these, and I haven't handled any of these crossovers myself, is that the Joe vehicle is number one, and the Joe vehicle is solid. So as to where the vintage ones are breaking and brittle and never really were super solid, these are solid. And then the Transformer bot mode isn't great. but it's a thing. And comes with an O-ring figure and all that kind of stuff. Be cool if this is true, but not for like 90 or 80 or 90 bucks like the other ones. Okay, so moving on from Transformers, staying in the lane of G.I. Joe, there is going to be a Python Crimson Guard, and I hear a lot of people saying, oh, how is it a Crimson Guard if it's not Crimson? Well, isn't that what they did in the vintage line? So anyhow, still pretty cool that they're making it. I do like these sub-teams, and this is the exact right way to do exclusives, something that not everybody wants. But then again, it seems like everybody wants Recondo, and he's getting hard to get. So TNI News, Toy News International has put up this really cool checklist coming in 2023, and there is, on the right side, all the stuff that still hasn't come in yet, or hasn't even been up for pre-order, but we've seen it, and we know it's coming, or it's pipeline reveals, and this kind of stuff. So, pretty exciting. Looking over to the right, how many figures will be on the way, and will they all get delivered in 2023? Probably. They probably will deliver on all these in 2023. That'll be pretty exciting, pretty fun. Do look forward to the Dreadnoks, and I really, really look forward to the Flight Pod. So, and then Mole Rats and all that kind of stuff. I don't know about that, but I'm probably down for every one of these, even if some are only going to be okay in my mind, and some will be stellar. So I think it's going to be a good year for G.I. Joe Classified, and what we're seeing already is a lot of stuff showing up pretty quickly from the Target and all that kind of stuff. And I got a couple things from BBTS, so it looks like it's going to be a good year. But still, some of the stuff's hard to get. Okay, so next we're going to slide into Biker Mice. Now, this is something that is kind of off the wall. Not a lot of people talk about Biker Mice. I do have a collection. I collected about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and I just recently got the 06 stuff. And so I haven't really watched the entire series. I watched a handful of the shows. It's a pretty fun show, but it is very much, it's targeted kids with some adult themes in it, which is interesting. But I think the toys are actually better than TMNT toys, and TMNT collectors seem to sort of like Biker Mice. So I think there is definitely a market for this out there, returning with modern iterations. And I really think the 06 was kind of modern, but there's going to be a TV show. Nacelle is going to make a TV show, theoretically, it's what I'm hearing, and they're going to make product for it. But the thing is, I don't own anything from Nacelle yet. And I'm looking forward to their sectors, and I want to review those and kind of get my opinion of the company based on that. But I look forward to it, and I'll definitely be picking these up too. So it looks like we're going to be getting a Tron 3. So Disney is moving forward with Tron 3 starring Jared Leto. And so according to the Hollywood Reporter, and that's for Tron fans, that's probably exciting. There's probably going to be a lot of merchandise to go along with it, and hopefully we get like NECA did, and they make retro figures again, and retro cycles, and all that fun stuff, because even the NECA stuff that was made and remade is getting pricey. So how it goes, the first movie came out in 1982, then the second one was 2010, and then in 2015 they were going to make the third one, but it was scrapped, and now it's back up. So no telling how long it's going to take to make, when it'll be out, but still exciting news. So Cobra Kai Season 6 is announced, and so with that, the saga's going to be coming soon to Netflix, and I can't believe that there's already been 5. I was thinking 6? Season 6? That's crazy, but yes, there's already been 5 seasons of Cobra Kai, and it's a pretty good show. I like it. Bringing back an old classic and doing it, in my opinion, the right way. You're not just rehashing or rebooting. You're taking it to the next level, next generation, and I think they're passing it on better than Star Wars did. And this is going to bring new figures with Eagle Fang and all that kind of stuff. You're going to have Terry Silver, you're going to have Johnny Lawrence, and Chosen in the older forms, the older sculpts, and that's cool. That's cool. I think most collectors would rather have the younger versions when they originally came out, but the older versions are cool too. So, of course, Cobra Kai is how they're doing it. Not Karate Kid, but I would love to see all three of these in. Well, we already have a younger Johnny, but the David Silver, is it David Silver? Terry Silver. This is 90210. Yeah, Terry Silver and Chosen in their younger forms. Okay, so we got some Masters Universe news, and I hope you enjoyed my intro joke, and I hope that it didn't upset too many people. But anyway, this is in-package pictures of the next wave of Masterverse with Man-E-Faces, Shadow Weaver, and Pighead, and I think that Shadow Weaver looks fantastic. I think that Man-E-Faces looks great, and Pighead, I think this will be the best Pighead they make, and that's a fact. Well, it's not a fact. That's an opinion. That's an fact disguised as an opinion, or an opinion disguised as a fact. But anyhow, that's what they look like. Okay, we don't have any time to debate fact or opinion now. This looks good. Sorceress, fact and opinion. This is the package for the Sorceress, and this is one that really is exciting because she's real expensive to get the Classics one. And to get this one, and it looks good, and hey, this is perfect for me. I don't need to spend $150, $200 on a Classics one. And this is going to start getting into the realm of, does Classics take a price hit? Is Classics going to get cheaper now that all these are rolling out? Like, it's different when there's just one or two Masterverse that can sort of compete with Classics. But when you start having 8, 9, 10 Masterverse figures that are on par with Classics, like Too Bad, and like this one, and like Man-E-Faces and all that, does that kill the Classics price? Possibly. We won't know until all this stuff's been out for a while, but it'll be interesting to find out long term how Masterverse affects it. But let's look at another picture of Sorceress. Now, we've seen her before, but this is a really good close-up picture, and what I'm excited about is she looks great, and I love the Tila, and I love the She-Ra, and I love the Frosta I just got, and so I need to open a Catra. I need to catch a Catra and open her. But yeah, it looks really good. Excited for the future of this, and hope it keeps going for a while. All right, so there's a joke from Toy Farce that they're trying to put it out as if it was real news, and you're getting a Kmart exclusive boulder for the 6-inch adventure series of Indiana Jones. And with that, it's all a joke, because is Kmart really going to have an exclusive? I mean, no. No. I was actually surprised to find out Kmart still has a couple of stores they operate, or at least an online presence, so that's interesting. So every store in Oklahoma is closed, and it only looks like 1 or 2 in Texas are still open, if that map is correct. But yeah, there wouldn't be a Kmart exclusive, and it wouldn't just be a rock. Maybe it'd be a rock, but who knows? So I only have 2 bits of Star Wars news, and it's really scratching the bottom of the barrel, but I gotta say that there was some roundtable question session with Hasbro, and they were asked point blank, will you make an A-Wing in the Black Series line? And they said flat out no. We are not. They don't sell well. The vehicles don't sell well in the 6-inch scale in the Black Series, and the expense for the tooling and all that kind of stuff to get little to no return off of it. They are still considering smaller ones for the 3.75 inch, or bigger ones for 3.75 have to go to HasLab. So vehicles in Black Series just aren't making it. But you know what? I feel like Black Series is dead or dying, and which is strange because that's the predominant scale. And Star Wars is going back to a 3.75 revival. And there was a rumor out there that Vintage Collection is going to get 40, or Retro Collection is going to get 40 new figures this year. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's a rumor. And with that, it makes a lot of sense. They're cheaper and easier to make, and a lot of collectors want to incorporate vehicles, and it's easier to do in that scale. So I don't know the future of Black Series. It'll just flounder for the next 12 years or something. But I think the revival in the 3.75 is what's going to save Star Wars. And the next trailer, there's a trailer for Mandalorian. The new Mandalorian season is coming out, and I've got to say that it looks exciting. It looks like fun. The people are going to nitpick it to death and all that, but I don't know how they're going to work all of it in. I don't know how they're going to work what we saw in the trailer into the show, but that's the fun and excitement of watching the show, right? So I'm going to watch it, of course, with the family. We're going to get our $110 worth out of this year for Disney Plus, I hope, but I'm excited, but I don't know if I'm excited for 25 new Mandalorian type figures coming out this year, but I'm sure that's going to happen. But anyway, are you looking forward to it? So let me know what you think about this week's weekly news interview. What else is going on out there that I missed that's super exciting, a lot of fun, because I want to stay in the know and I want to know about all the new fun stuff going on out there. Like and subscribe, and Titanium Hanger out.